one.
Hey, welcome back to
You walk in.
That's a show.
You walk in, say hi. I say hello. This is good. This is good stuff. Good stuff.
So this is our second episode. The first episode, volume one. The first effort was a pilot, which we did on LinkedIn photos,
which was very funny, by the way. At least we thought so.
So this one's about. First of all, we'll talk about euphemisms in today's.
Wait, can I mention a couple of things?
Sure.
Thank you. I'd like to interrupt because I'm usually unprepared and to bring some off the cuff kind of stuff. First of all, I want to let you know that the phone lines are open. Call in throughout the entire show, and we'll take your calls live on the phone. This is the flip phone,
the original camera phone.
Right. You don't see leather cases like this anymore. Boom. Dun, 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 dun. Right. So call in as soon as you need. I have a couple of things. Driving over here to the studio.
Which is, of course, again, the parlor.
Right. I did see there's some social injustice that I have to ask you about.
Is that injustice?
Get your opinion. Wait, what did I say? Injustice?
Injustice.
That's not a word?
I don't think so.
Okay. But so I'm listening to this song. It's Cowboy Take Me Away by Dixie Chicks.
The Chicks.
Right. Which, that's right. We had to take that up. Which I have to admit, I kind of like that song. But as I'm singing it, I'm like, Cowboy Take Me Away?
Well, are you singing it in the car by yourself with a mask on?
No, there's no mask.
Okay.
No, I'm all out there. You know, I'm
so people can hear you singing and read.
They could. But is that wrong?
Not anymore.
Like, if you think about the fact that, like, all these songs probably are written from a male perspective, and I'm sitting there saying, Cowboy. I just wanted to get it. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't a problem.
Today, that's fine.
Okay.
Actually prefer.
Okay. All right. My second thing is I was driving down the street in what used to be Wakefield Plantation. Now it's just called Neighborhood.
The place.
Actually, not even neighborhood because hood is in the word, so it's just place. There's a sign up the street that says "Stop Racism Now." Like now? How do we do this like right now? Like what has to happen here? Like, I know this show is gonna bring a lot of joy to people and bring people together. Is that a sign of like?
We're doing our share now.
Okay. All right, good. I just want to make sure that I'm doing something like right now. Right now.
Well, you're going to see that, ironically enough,
the BlackBerry fell.
Our first topic is going to be euphemisms, and I'll give you a little background on this. And there's more to this story, but I'll give you the shorter version.
How do you spell that?
Story?
No, euphemism.
Euphemism. Euphemisms.
Okay, good.
And euphemisms, if you don't know, are another way of saying the same thing. A lot of times now, we got to find the politically correct way of saying it. Well,
can you give us an example?
Well, sure.
Thank you.
This all started in 2005.
Euphemisms?
Not euphemisms, but
Do you think by the end of this segment I'll be able to say it correctly?
Yeah, I hope you can spell it. But my son was in, I forget what grade he was in. I guess he was fifth grade. And they were supposed to go to recess. Recess every day. Back then, they went to recess.
Kind of like Congress and the Senate?
Yes.
They go to recess?
A lot. Mm-hmm. And so the teacher came in and said we're not going to be able to do recess today. We have to do this group thing or whatever. And my son was like, why we can't go to recess? Because we have to, the teacher said, because we have to do this. And he says, as a fifth grader, he says, well, that's gay, and meaning that it's odd. It wasn't like homosexual or whatever. It was like, that's just gay. That's just kind of what kids said back then, and back when I was a kid. So long and short of it was, I get an email from the teacher that said, Nolan, said this, and I was like, I fully understand, and we'll talk to him about it. But one thing that struck me.
Did you?
Was the teacher told my son, said, to my son, you can't say that. And he's like, he didn't know what he was doing wrong. And the teacher said, that's like calling a African American the N-word. And I thought, that's a bit odd. I mean, the N-word in African American is pretty bad. But I'm thinking if a homosexual person, you say they're gay, I don't think they're going to be as offended, right?
I don't know.
You think? I mean, hey,
I
you're
mean, I
gay.
guess
Well,
it
yeah.
depends. It depends who it's coming from. I did the same thing recently. I did the same thing at work.
So I said to him, I said, son, you can't use that term. It's not a good term to use, especially in that situation. Blah blah blah. So
was he saying it like that's happy?
No.
Like I'm glad we're doing that.
No,
I am so happy to do that.
So I totally get that point of it, but I thought, geez, Louise, when the teacher says that that's as bad as using the N-word as African American, I thought, whoa, wait a second, it's not. It's not. And so then became me, over the years, I've followed this political correctness gone awry. So we've got some words here that I've seen. These are true. These are not made up for the most part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you.
And if they are, we'll call somebody. Or you can call in.
A pre-2005 phrase, word or phrase. And then we're going to show, Jake's going to say what he thinks today's modern term is for it. And then I'm going to show what it is. So we'll start with that right now. And we're going to start with euphemisms in business and politics. And these are in no particular order of importance or anything, but you know. So here we have the word.
And this is the first time I'm hearing these. So
brainstorming.
You need like a long microphone with a little. It's like match game. Jim Rayburn.
So brainstorming. What do you think the proper way of saying
brainstorming? Maybe I should have been more prepared for this. I think it's still a good word. I think it's still a good, like, you get people together, they understand what that means. So brainstorming. Can I pass?
You can pass, but I'm going to show the answer.
Why don't we show the answer, and then I'll make a funny comment about your answer.
Here we go. So lead up. The lead up.
Mm-hmm.
In the early 2000s, like 2004, maybe 2005, the Irish government issued a mandate out to all the. Are you texting?
Yeah, I'm texting someone.
C9?
See if I can get the answer.
Issued out a mandate to all government agencies and departments to stop using the term brainstorming because they felt it would be offensive to people with brain disorders. True story.
I thought it was offensive to weather people.
So they came back with a recommendation in lieu of saying brainstorming, and that is thought showering.
I mean, I would think that showering has more of an offensive, or it could be.
Bathe.
Well, I mean, maybe.
So that's true.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Here's the second. Next one. Failure.
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 Failure. Let's see if I can start to get the trend here. Less right with a W.
Is that your answer?
I mean, just in the effort to move on, yes.
The answer is, well, there's a story behind this one too.
Funny you should say.
In 2005, the British government, UK, told all the schools to stop using the term failure because it would diminish the drive and enthusiasm of the students.
Right. Is this like a situation where one team potentially scores more than the other team?
In those scoreboards, right?
And then that makes the other team feel bad?
Right.
It's kind of like that. Okay, I got you.
So they said, we're going to use this now. Deferred success. True story.
True story, but probably false result.
2005. All right, next one. Problem.
You should know this. should know
You had
this.
some good project management training, didn't you?
I mean, till about 2:30. Then we all went to the dentist. Problem.
Now, this is well known now. I mean, you're
You can't use the word problem anymore? All right, let's
not
see.
positive. It's
Let's see the answer.
opportunity.
Oh my God.
That's good.
As we get further down the list, this is the reason that I really don't like people anymore. Anyways, how many of these are there? I just want to know how angry I'm going to be
There's
by the
like
end.
9 of these.
All right.
Poor planning.
Poor
Planning is now referred to as what?
I would say opportunity thought showering with deferred success.
Close.
They don't like play back on each other.
Unforeseen issue.
Oh.
This is nobody's fault, right?
I mean, what you don't know, you don't know. Is that in here too?
No.
What about it? It is what it is.
Oh,
No, that was
presser.
presser. I don't even know what that word
The president's
is.
about to have a presser.
Who?
Or the senator's about to have a presser. And that's like a little press conference. You used to call it pressers.
God, I don't even know. I
So
don't
now
know.
they don't call it anything
I don't know
different
the
what
word
it
to
means.
begin
So
with.
what-
How am I going to
what-
come up
what
with the
it really
second word?
means. When a politician says we're going to have a presser, what does that really mean?
I mean, they're gonna. I don't know. I feel stupid.
Controlled press conference. That's where they've already had the preordained questions and everything.
Ah.
Move
Have
on.
you seen Designated Survivor
That was
on Netflix?
Keep for Summer.
Yeah.
Saw the first season.
There's
How about
like,
this one?
there's like, I'm trying to get through the first season. There's already like 15 episodes. I'm waiting for the first season to end. How many are there? Because the further you get through this show, the more liberal it becomes. Like they get you kind of like into it, and then before you know it, they're talking about like gun control and
Climate.
all that crap. Yeah. Anyway.
Tax increase. What's another thing? Instead of saying tax increase, what do politicians say now?
Fair share? My fair share?
It's pretty close. That's a pretty good.
Thank you. I'm getting closer.
Shared investment.
Oh, I mean,
We have a shared investment.
for the children and the old people, we need to make sure there's money for them. So,
Well, old people. I mean,
huh?
I'm not gonna be around
What?
for long.
I know, but it always goes to, anytime they talk about the children or the old people, it's like, I don't believe anything you're saying.
Illegal alien.
Future citizen?
I love this one. You see it all the time now. Undocumented worker. I think when they throw worker in there, you're like, oh yeah, we're working. Right?
Undocumented lawn care?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
Staying safe.
Ooh, mask wearing?
What's another way? When they say stay safe, or we're making sure you're staying safe, what are they really saying?
Stay at home. Just cower to us, act like a sheep.
How about we know better than you? We know better than you. Along the same lines, this is the last one of the business and politics.
Okay.
We're in this together.
I would think that's more of a case of like, we have control over you.
Very good.
Thank you.
These rules apply to everyone except politicians, media members, and peaceful protesters.
I love the peaceful protesters.
Golly gee,
I like the
happy
peaceful
birthday.
ones that are violent.
Yeah,
Those are the ones I like.
well, I should have had over here a peaceful protest on pre-2005, and then what the modern day is.
I think it's funny they took the show Cops off. They don't need the show anymore because they have like the evening news.
Right.
That's all they don't need
But
the
they don't
cop
say that
show.
on TV, do they?
Well,
They do a peaceful protest.
some do. They just talk about how it's peaceful.
We got another set here: everyday life and adulting. This is non-political, non-business. This is just everyday life.
Everyday life. That's what I feel like I'm living.
How about this? If somebody said in pre-2005, they said, ouch, that had to hurt. What would they say now?
Ouch, that had to hurt.
What's another way of saying that people might say today?
I don't know, if you went back further, wouldn't they just say, like, rub some dirt in it?
Yeah.
If we go back, can I go backwards to when, like, things were normal? I don't like modern day, so I'm not really sure how they would say that. Let's see.
You should know this because you live here in the South.
Right.
Oh, bless your heart.
Who says that?
It's a kid, like you're in the cul-de-sac, the kid's on a scooter and he falls and cuts up his arm and like, oh.
That leads to my thing later on about movie things. So there's going to be one of those. So.
All right, here's this one. You're an idiot.
You could say
What's
that.
another way of saying that?
You could say that in 2005.
Yeah, sure. Well, I did.
I mean, you can't say you're mentally challenged. That would be wrong, right? Yeah, you can't say that. Yeah, none of those words work anymore. You're an idiot.
No, Jewish.
Liberal? Liberal?
You're an idiot. It is. Well, bless your heart.
What is this? Can I just start saying that for all the answers?
Let's go to the
That's
next
just
one.
going to keep going?
Let's go to the next one.
Bless your heart.
No one says that. Well, that's a really bad outfit.
It's a bad outfit.
Yeah, you look at something like, that's a really bad outfit. What could they say now?
Did you get that at Kohl's?
Off the mannequins? I'll have one of those. That's funny. You were with me that day and we did that.
I mean, we go shopping all the time. So that's why Chris is dressed the right
Bless
thing.
your little heart.
Where are we going with this?
We're done.
Are you sure?
Yeah. How about, look at that lard ass on the dance floor. What could somebody say?
Bless your heart, Chris. Bless your heart, Chris.
No more bless your hearts.
Just Chris?
I thought this was funny.
All right, go ahead.
Unskinny bopper.
Is it a skinny popper?
Remember the song from, what was it, Poison, Unskinny Bop? It's about a fat person dancing.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Do a lot of work with it.
Yeah.
How about ugly? If you said somebody was ugly before, you can't really say that now. What might you say next?
Visually less pleasing? I feel like I'm starting to get into this.
An incel.
Incel?
You guys heard the term incelibates?
No.
These people that are incel, they get upset because they can't pick up anybody and have sex and everything else. It's just because they're ugly. It's just because they're ugly. They're incels.
I know, but can't two incels get together?
Apparently not.
So, all right. So what you're saying basically is that the incels don't know that they are incel. So they're like, I'm not going with an incel.
No,
I ain't an incel, and everybody else is like, no, you're an incel.
Whole group. There's a whole movement. The incelibates, involuntary celibate.
Like the furries? You know what the furries are? Oh my God, the furries are these people that go around. They have conventions on this.
Oh, with cats and stuff?
No.
They don't have conventions anymore.
Huh?
They don't have conventions.
Well, no. Unfortunately, we've lost that business too. No, they're people that they dress up like they're animals. They'll put a tail coming out of their pants. They wear ears, and they get together and they
These aren't the same people that wear their pants down here
No, those are the other people, huh?
They had at the Raleigh convention.
Yeah, they think that they're actually animals, and they get together. There's hundreds of them. I was in Pittsburgh once for a hockey tournament with Greg, and they were all downtown.
Did they? Were they the ones that bought all the Beanie Babies and put it in their car windows?
No, they're worse. They're worse. They actually for this weekend that they're together, they are an animal. They are I'm a panda. I'm a lion. I'm a this or that. They play the part. It's weird as anything. Well, I know,
Like
but
incel. So you look up incel.
Look up furry.
I will.
I wonder if a furry and an incel would ever get together. Feel like an incel would be like, I'm not going to be with you. You're a furry. And the furry would be like, whoa, time out. Don't pull rank on us, you incel. I'm a furry, and I'm only a furry part-time. You're an incel all the time. Huh?
These are adults that like this?
It's weird. There's some weird things out there. That might be a show. Episode 2, we're going to explain the furry population to you. All right, next one.
She/he is a two-backer. Remember the thing somebody was tracking? She, he, whatever. It was like, ooh, two-backer. What would they say?
I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Is there anything wrong with anything anymore?
Well, how about this? I mean, in the times that we're in right now.
Let's see.
She, he, herm, shim, he is a two-masker. We were in the mask thing.
I like that, yeah. I had somebody come to my office today in wearing 2 masks.
Two-masker?
He was wearing one for me because I didn't have one on. And I didn't offer to put one on. I mean, this is way more your line of work here, so I don't know how to answer this as well. You kind of have me stumped here. Even if I knew the answer, and this is something that could potentially get out of this room, I'm not answering it. So I already had to confess the cowboy take me away. You think I'm going to answer this question? Right. All right. The answer is domestic partner. That's pretty good. Domestic partner. Which reminds me of the story of these 2 guys I met one time. What was it? Airport or something. Airport lounge. And there were 2 attorneys, and they were both Irish. They were good. They were roommates, gay roommates. You know what their names were? Hans and Franz.
Patrick Fitzgerald and Gerald Fitzpatrick. Get it? I
do. I can't. It's a family show. How am I supposed to react to that?
Well, then
obviously.
This next one. How about this next one? Remember the games we used to play in the neighborhood football? You see the football
Chris,
guy?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
You used to throw the
ever seen a gladiator?
To somebody and they'd run around and
right.
everybody try and tackle them.
Right.
What was that called?
Kill the kid with a football, or capture the flag, or I don't know. I forget.
Here's what it used to be called. Here's what we used to call it. Or not we. Not people. Smear the queer. I
mean, listen, I went to an all-boy high school, so we kind of had to lose some of these. we already had the other high schools in the area making up names for us. So
Smear the queer. It was like you played Smear the queer, right?
No. What are you talking about?
No. Well, anyway, that now is called Embrace the Domestic Partner, please.
It's kind of like when we would play the Turkey Bowl.
Mm-hmm. With Weiss?
Yeah.
Smear the Yankees. Smear the Jersey Boys. All right, well, that concludes those, Jake. I mean,
that's pretty good.
You've got some things here. You've got some sayings that you wanted to
I do.
Right?
I do. I don't know why the phones just don't seem to be ringing the way we thought they might, but maybe it's because they're ancient and the phone numbers. The phone numbers on these phones started with like 2 letters and then a number and like
Hotel 724.
Yeah. I remember my father always used to say, he's like, we're like PL 5332, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Why would you do that?
Like
could they not remember?
Up in New York. PS 1897.
I know, but they couldn't remember like 7 numbers at the time? That was before we had to put like area codes in. The round. Yeah, don't you have any like phones with dial?
You're at PS 185. Why were they not allowed to have like names because they're afraid to offend people?
I think it was.
They just ran out of names.
I think when there was a mass influx of people, they had to build them so fast. And all the schools, if you look at
Where is this?
New York.
I mean, they had street numbers that were just numbers. Why would you not just name the streets that way?
They had to build so many that they all have the same architecture and all, like this one looks the same as that one, that one, that one. During like the Industrial Revolution. Steel.
Getting too serious.
Still think they give them a name like Steve Jones University.
Could you imagine?
Most of them
I know,
have
but
names, but the names change.
Because
to protect the innocent. That's what it was. And think about it now. All the names they would have given those schools,
They'd have to take them back.
they would have to take them down, and then it would just be PS 152.
Way ahead of their time.
Like, oh my God.
If they close the
UNC
school,
Chapel
do they
Hill?
Use that number or that number's like PS 84. Does that mean that if they close that one down, nobody picks up 84? That's just like
They probably have.
Why would they? What would it matter?
They don't.
It's not like a
They
jersey on a
can
football
assign
team.
it another number. They're not going to retire. It depends on where the real estate is.
It was like UNC Chapel Hill. Like they're pulling all these statues down, and then all of a sudden they're like pulling names off of buildings.
But they'll take the money.
Now it's just like
They'll
building,
take the money from those people.
library, building.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so I think we all have. There's all these sayings that we have on a regular basis, and nobody ever really thinks about where these things came from. I mean, one thing we could do next week too is like, who ate the first egg? Like unidentified foods and things like that. Who was the first one to eat that? But this is things that we say on a pretty regular basis that we have no idea why. We have no idea why. So, Chris, have you ever said, "I'm under the weather"?
I have said I'm under the weather, but now that I think about it,
Who isn't under the weather? Actually,
We're
where
all
does the
under
weather start?
we're all under the weather.
Where's the weather start? Like, does the weather start at the ground and go up? Or is there like a ceiling to the weather?
I'm thinking we're all under the weather.
And why do we group weather and traffic on the news? Like, are we condensing? Are we starting to condense the news?
Well, there's no traffic anymore either. Is there a traffic reporter anymore?
Oh, yeah, working from home. So stupid. It's like, yeah, there's no traffic because none of the traffic or weather people are actually out there.
Do they still
They're
have
at
the
home.
helicopter sound though when they're at home?
Yeah, yeah. Under the weather. Yeah, no kidding. We're all under the weather.
They definitely have the helicopter to cover looting it, right?
No, that's protest.
Like, you never have rain come up.
Forrest Gump.
Rain came up.
Mhm.
Rain came up.
That's what he said. He said it was raining. It was raining from the ground.
Well, then he was over the weather.
Well, he was challenged.
Right.
Like who started it referencing as it being sick?
Well, I was thinking he might know the answer to that.
I'm not here to bring answers. I'm here to
That's
bring
what the phones are
questions.
for.
Yes. Call in. If you know the reason, call in. All right. How about this? Happy as a clam.
That one I don't think I've ever used. But
You've
I've
never
heard
said
it.
happy as a
I've heard
clam.
it. I don't think I've ever
You've
said
heard
happy
it.
as- Yeah.
You didn't question it, though.
Well, but I think
You
that's
just
what-
understood it. Like, oh, this
Happy.
person's so happy.
So
Why would a clam ever be happy?
I don't understand that either because the clam has the pearl, right? Is that the one that has the
No, it's an oyster.
So what's a clam do?
Nothing. They just get eaten.
Who eats a clam?
People eat clams all the time. He's got some in the fridge. He's got one more day to eat
But they
it.
don't have the oyster. They don't have the pearl.
No.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. So the oyster should be happier.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
He really tied one on last night. Isn't that almost like sadistic to some degree?
Well,
like
I think of
tied one
tying-
up?
I think of. Did that come
Tie
from
one on.
tying a sock on the door?
On the door? That's a good one. I like the answer to that. All right, you need that like you need a hole in the head.
Definitely use that.
You
I've used
do?
it too. I've used it too, but then you think about it.
You're like,
You
why?
only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're not holes. they lead to something else. You don't
think that
if you had a hole in your head, right? If your ear was considered a hole in your head, shouldn't Dan have like this little round circle on his face? Like the, yeah, like if I put a track light from Bell and Howell through your ear, wouldn't it put like a little laser beam thing on
But
his?
a hole doesn't mean it goes all the way through the other side, right?
Yes, it does.
You dig a hole. Is that not a hole?
That's a good point. Yeah, but that's still still don't have that. It's all right.
There's not a hole on the earth that goes all the way through, right? Except like tunnels from Mexico.
All right. I knew him since he was knee high to a grasshopper. That's like you're the one that put the sperm in there, isn't it? Like, right? Wouldn't you be that person? You know what's weird? I got in my car to come over here today. Grasshopper on my knee. I flipped out. I'm like opening the door. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
It's a grasshopper.
But all right, this was a big grasshopper.
Was it a murdered grasshopper?
No, but I'm just telling you that if I knew somebody since they were only knee high to that grasshopper, and it was a big one, I would know that person since they were this big. And that's like a sperm. Yeah. Which means that I did it. So I'm gonna avoid that one going forward. Up Shit's Creek without a paddle.
Up Shit Creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
Who's on Shit Creek?
Why would anybody put a canoe in there
even
and not have a paddle?
You'd be like, are you moving anywhere?
You're just gonna be like, if I'm going into that creek, I'm gonna have like an outboard motor or something, or a pontoon boat or a speedboat. I'm going through Shit Creek as fast as I possibly can.
That brings back a memory. My 6th grade teacher, Miss Diraso, and I think you got married after I was in 6th grade and you became Miss Buffington. I do remember one time you said.
You think she's still alive? How old was she?
She was probably about.
Did you like her?
She's probably. Geez,
was she happy as a clam?
But she did say one time, she goes, "Oh, we're up Shit Creek without a paddle." She said it, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And the teacher said, "Shit," I didn't know what the saying meant, but I just remember that. And none of us ratted her out. Wasn't like today that everybody rats me out and they think it's on the internet.
Wait, that's a whole other thing.
Cancel culture.
What about ratting it out? Who ratted somebody out? Who was the first person to actually say, "You ratted me out"? And then somebody over here was like, "Hey, wait, did you hear that?"
Oh, the guy from Brooklyn over here.
Up Shit's Creek without a paddle, its origin is 1860. Someone said it.
It's good to have a statistician with us.
Abraham Lincoln, and it was said in the annual report. Secretary of War said our men had put old Lincoln up Shit Creek, and then without a paddle was added as an intensifier in the middle of 20th century.
Now so they should say without a paddle nor a cell phone. Mm-hmm. All right, what do you got?
You know what's weird?
Up Shit Creek with no Wi-Fi.
That's right.
You know what's weird?
No power.
Once you find the actual orient to the whole thing, yeah, it's a little disappointing. It's not funny anymore. Yeah. All right, I made it by the skin of my teeth.
Who has skin on their teeth?
The skin of their teeth. You have to not brush for a long time to start growing skin on your teeth.
Or you eat sunflower seeds. Don't they have that little film on it that gets on
your teeth? What if you're Jeffrey Dahmer? He probably had skin on his teeth.
Literally.
Or Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had a little ear skin on his teeth. No, there's skin on the outside of your ears.
It reminds me. I saw the picture of like.
I'm not thinking it's that new, though.
Time of wearing masks. Evander can't wear one.
Why? Oh, he is. I know. Van Gogh would constantly be like trying to hold the thing up. Like, look at this. Wait, where's my? Hold on. This is the mask.
You got a broken string.
This would be like Van Gogh's mask. This is Van Gogh's mask. It only has one loop. constantly trying to take the little wire, like put it on.
You just fake it.
Wait,
So
did
you
he have a
just put
big
it around-
nose? I mean, fortunately, this works for
don't.
me because I can put this up and I can crease it over my massive nose, and it'll stay long enough for. It'll stay there long enough, and I've got just the right head angle to keep it on there. But this is Van Gogh. Van Gogh could have a mask that looks like this. Boom. Wait, did he have one ear or two? No ears?
He just cut one off,
Oh, good for him.
didn't he?
Good thinking. Excellent thinking.
I don't think he had to wear a mask.
All right. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. All right. So, first of all,
Why is a needle in the haystack?
why is the needle in the haystack? And where does, like, is there somebody in the farmhouse sewing that comes out holding a needle all the way out to the farm, out to the barn? And they're like, oh, Jesus, I can't.
Everybody stop.
How am I
what
going to
you're
find
doing.
this?
Everybody stop what you're doing. We gotta find this.
You ever do like a home project and you've got like this tiny little screw and you're up on a ladder and the thing falls and you're like, I can't find it. I don't know where the screw went. That must be what happened with the needle. All right, here we go. Ready? He who laughs last laughs best. Isn't that the most annoying person in the room, though? The one that is still laughing, that just got the joke?
Do you know anybody in this room that laughs the longest? Could there be anybody in here?
I have been
You
I
know,
have
that
been
reminds
known
me
to
of
do
my,
that.
My senior year, we had to have quotes that went in the, not the, what do they call it? The school paper. Seniors. Mine was, he who lives in glass house should dress in basement.
That's like a fortune cookie. I did see that on like one of my lists of what I was going to print out, but I didn't get to it. All right. Here we go. Can't see the forest for the trees. You know what? If I ever try to say that, I think I say it wrong because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Forest is what you would think.
Yeah, like I don't get the order of the words, but can't see the forest for the trees. Isn't that what a forest is? It's like if you're looking at an open field, you don't say that.
Right.
So the trees are getting in the way of seeing the forest?
Well, I think where I see that is like, I know people like this, they get so caught up in like the analysis of.
I know, but who said that?
Oh, yeah.
And then somebody else said, I'm going to say that too.
That's probably,
And then it was like a Fabergé organic commercial. It was like, these two friends said it, and then these two. It should, that one should,
Fabergé?
yes, that one particular should have died the first time someone said it, because somebody should have said,
Robin Hood
dumbass, what are you talking about? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard somebody say.
said. No, they should say, bless your heart.
Bless your heart, you dumbass. All right. She is dressed to the nines. You know what that means?
Never used that, but I've heard it. I've never used it.
All right, I'm gonna give you another story here. Okay.
All right.
Went into a store recently. Young lady at the register. This could have been a picture that you see on one of those like this happened at Walmart things.
She
I mean, she should not have been out wearing this outfit, right? She was not dressed to the nines.
to the ones.
Well, she was, put it this way. I went to the register and I told the guy, I said, you need another sign on your on the door that doesn't say like you must have a mask.
Right.
It should have said you must have pants on.
What did she have? Did she have like?
Just like this, just you know how they have like first they had yoga pants and then they went to stretch pants and then it was just
no,
like
no. So I must say, I think that like a lot of the yoga pants and stretch pants you see aren't really, they're like regular pants, but they've made them stretch pants, right?
I would say
It's like skinny jeans for me. Like if I buy jeans, I don't buy skinny jeans. They
well because you
become that way.
can't.
They become now.
Right.
But,
It's true.
but I think like a lot of the yoga pant wearing, it's not. There's like there was regular sweatpants, and then they became.
I think the technology in fabric has allowed not yoga
Stretchability.
pants, because yoga pants are yoga pants. Stretch pants are just like, we're just making you feel good at this point, right? But the technology, Chris, I'm telling you, it's amazing right now. They have allowed material for somebody to hold something up like this and expand it like it's silly putty or like something
Stretch
that's
Armstrong. They use that same gel.
yes. It's like we can't break it. It will not break. Anyways, there
Well,
needs to be
but-
another sign.
But also along those lines, though, is like
Just to the nines.
when people go out shopping. And I'm talking about adults here now. Adults wearing pajamas. Is that not a? Nobody else has a problem with that. What are you doing?
You don't sleep in the nude, do you?
You're an adult.
So
can't
you
go
wear
out in
pajamas
PJs.
sometimes.
Why not? Not to a public place.
What's your definition of pajamas, though?
He's got packed Pokemon or something. No.
Are you talking about like?
Oh, the flannel pant things, and people go.
It would be different if you were going to like Clark Griswold's baby blue, you know, get up.
I mean, you.
No,
I know,
Mike
but
Brady.
so you have drawn the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Do they have the little like the 3 or 4 inch elastic thing at the feet, like right before your like
Not
your
the footsies that go all the way through.
yeah, like when you get down to the bottom, there's like this elastic band. You're wearing those out. Right, so you're talking about sweatpants.
No, he's talking about the
All right, I want to make sure I'm not here that late.
If I had a onesie, I would wear it.
A onesie.
You can get those now, by the way.
Yeah,
Because
because people wear them to the mall.
Oh,
I'm not doing that. Yes.
It used to be overalls, now it's a onesie.
Wear it to museums.
I would say dress to the nines is that you're taking somebody that's like a 6, and she's wearing something that would make somebody at maybe 11:30 to 1:30 in the morning to say she's a 9. That's what I think dress to the nines is.
Like
The
a
dress
two-
to the
like a
nines,
two-masker?
yeah,
She's a two-masker?
dress to the nines starts still as like a 6.5 to 7, but the
Later the night
scale
goes on,
the scale rolls up a little bit, but then the next day,
she's a 2 a.m.er.
it crashes big time, like a,
I think that's sexist.
Anyway,
Yeah.
listen, we're stopping racist now, whatever it is, racism. All right, you love this one.
Oh, I saw it. I wouldn't comment on it. No comment.
You're gonna comment. You have to comment. You just have to. It is what it is. Is that different from it is what it is?
That
It
is
is
the biggest.
what it
that's the
is.
biggest cop out when somebody doesn't have an answer to something, or they're talking. I know. Here's where I see it most. When somebody's talking to somebody that they don't want to be talking to, and they want to get out of the conversation, they just say, "It is what it is." See you, buddy.
See, I think it's different now,
That
though.
doesn't
I think it's
anything.
worse now, though. I think it's worse now because it is what it is means that we just walk around with masks. We just like we like cower to everything. There's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is. That's different.
That plus the new normal plus.
Oh, the new normal. Oh,
Stay safe.
Stay. Oh,
Plus,
don't make me. Don't.
Essential versus non-essential. Who are you to say what's essential, what's not essential? Blah blah blah. Yeah. So that's,
Stay
we're not
safe.
talking about that one anymore.
When people stay safe.
So we got another episode for the numbers.
I cannot stand stay safe.
Yeah.
Because if you're not saying that through your mask, you know what I mean? Like, you might as well just like, people should just be, they need to go to like these like, what is it? Where they put like the red ball in your mouth and like strap it around. Like, what do they call those?
Sadomasochist?
Yeah, that.
Oh,
I think that's where we need to go.
we don't need to. You can go there.
No, that's where society needs to go. Because that's the only way that anybody's going to finally look around and like their eyes are going to go to the left and right and go say, wait, is this not right? Something doesn't seem right to me now. We have people out there right now wearing designer. Everybody's like, oh, this is like a fashion thing to me now. It's like they're wearing their masks so that someone would say that they're dressed to the nines.
Some people, this is better for some people because if you're, again, going back to the stuff we had before, if you're not a looker and you can cover up like a portion of your face,
bad teeth.
Like,
is this bad for dentists? Shouldn't the dentist?
If you're a British person, this is like.
Oh my God! With their baked bean teeth, shouldn't dentists be up in arms over this whole thing? Because people are going to be like, you know what? Why do I need braces?
I don't need to get my teeth clean. I mean, I got a mask on.
Why do I have to shave? Gillette should be like, we have got to get out of this. We can't have people with these scruffy beards and crap like that. Where are they? Where is their voice? Who has to dress to the nines anymore? Who has to, like, people don't have to brush their teeth. They've gotten to the point where they're like, okay, I stink. I've got bad breath. I'm okay with it right now.
It's like George Costanza.
Yeah.
The Patriots quarterback, he dresses to the nines.
Yeah, Cam Newton.
Oh, did you see who did the spoof on him?
Dressed to the nines.
D.L. Hughley did.
He's not a 10.
Oh, what's the next one?
Oh, all
Look
right.
at these phones. They haven't been buzzing.
I know. Call in, please. You don't like what we're talking about? Let's have some controversy. Let's go. All right. Here we. This one is so stupid because to me, it takes far too long to say it to get your point across. Right? 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I hate that.
Does that kind of means like the same thing? We're saying the same thing.
Right.
Well, what's that one though? Like I think of half a dozen. I think of like donuts or 6-pack, whatever it was. But isn't there a saying that says baker's dozen?
No.
There's not a baker's dozen?
Well, there is. It's 13. But that's not what this is saying.
So did this come from a baker?
I don't know where it came from.
Right.
I don't know where it came from, but it's stupid. Once again.
Shouldn't you just say like same?
But
done.
Any of these things, how did somebody have to say it first? How did it spread so that it even ended up on this freaking sheet of paper?
To me, it's not the person that said it first. It's the person that heard it and said, "We're going with that."
Who's we? Oh, so they happen to say it to an influencer,
well,
and they said, "Come on, everybody, gather around, get on my back. We're gonna go send this out."
Somebody took it though and ran with it and said, "Hey, they said something that's pretty."
I know, but Chris, think about how hard it is to get anybody to say something. How do we? All right, we say that at this table here, and you're like, "That's good." How do you even get your neighbor to start saying it? They're gonna be like, "No, I'm not gonna say it." Because Chris said
probably starts with MySpace.
Some of these sayings started before there was any community. There wasn't even this flip phone back then. You couldn't even like, oh, I got to text it 222-449-73311. You couldn't even.
T9.
These things started so long ago. We're talking about like horse and buggy. People didn't even know that like there was even like land out on the other side. And somebody in California said 6 of one, half a dozen of another. And they're like, where did you hear that? What does that even mean? He's like, I don't know, some guy in North Carolina said it. They're like, what's North Carolina? All right, this is my last one. You're going to love this, Chris. You may have started this one. Colder than a witch's tit.
I have used that one. And now that I think about it, though, and I've thought about this before. Even when I use it, I'm like, wait a second.
What, you thought about a witch's tit?
I always think of a witch like over
cold
a big
one?
pot of stew or whatever they have, right? So their tits aren't cold.
No,
So it's the opposite of that. It's
they should be
ironical
just like sweaty.
because she's probably got a hot titty.
I know,
Being over the.
I know, but they're always ugly too. Like, why is anybody even paying attention to it?
No, that's not always true. You go back to Wizard of Oz. That one witch was kind of hot. The first one, not the one that she landed on. Remember when she got there? Then the one that came down, the Wicked Witch of the not Wicked Witch.
I guess there were some good witches.
The marvelous witch.
The white one.
Yeah.
The white.
The white one.
Oh,
You just
the white
listen.
outfit.
I was here to
White
stop
outfit.
racism now, and you had to pull that and
The
start
white
us all
outfit,
over
she was
again.
the one that said and pointed out, oh no, that's the Wicked Witch of the East and the Wicked Witch of the West. So flying monkeys and everything.
Did I ever tell you about the words I tried to start? They never made it anywhere.
What do you got?
Ready? Aggressive.
Aggressive, not aggressive.
Yeah, like that's aggressive. I think that could help. That could help with the racial divide. I think we could both agree on that.
Aggressive, is that the opposite of aggressive?
No, it's like dude, that's aggressive. Come on, that is good. You got to admit that's
So what
pretty
do we-
good.
So let's think of all
Here's
the
my
words-
other one.
let's
Wait,
think of
I'm
all
not
the words
done.
We can drop a vowel from at the beginning.
Wait.
That's what you're doing.
Wait, I dropped some letters off this next one. Ready? This was I wanted to start this one after I came back from London back in 2006. Ready? Braille.
Braille?
Braille, not Braille.
Oh.
That would be offensive to blind people. Braille. That is Braille.
Okay, so
Braille. Aggressive.
what we drop from Brill? Like, was that beginning of the
No.
word you dropped or after?
Instead of brilliant.
Brilliant.
Listen.
Why
Listen.
didn't you just say and?
Listen. They only have 4 words over there. Brilliant, fantastic, and 2 others. I can't think of them.
So you were saying tastic or saying fan?
No, I just thought Brill was good. That's like Brill. Come on, that's cool. That's
what's that
Brill.
letter? Like, that's ant.
No, because nobody's gonna know what that is. They're gonna think it's their mother's sister.
That's aunt from my aunt.
Aunt. Come on, that is Brill. All right, we're gonna use it throughout this show. I have just declared that a word of the show. Brill and aggressive. So we're gonna get to this.
All right.
Do you want to go to this next
So
section?
what do we have here? What's the topic here?
All right.
Movie
So
quotes?
originally we were going to be talking about this. I came up with some quotes from movies that we use
should
on a regular
know that
basis
okay.
that we don't really, maybe we don't know where they come from, but they all came from movies.
Well, you know what's
So
what's very ironical about that?
what?
Look at the shirt I have on today.
It's pretty good.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Call in if you think that
Thanks, Brian.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. All right,
You
ready?
keep
So,
around the camera.
huh?
You keep slipping around the
Sometimes I just need a break. All right, that's Brill. Okay, ready? So,
camera. So I have to figure out what movie.
well, it's gonna be twofold. Number one, you're gonna name the movie,
All right.
and then we're potentially gonna talk about how people use this,
Okay.
but it's kind of stupid that they still use these one-liner lines. Okay. All right, ready? It's showtime.
It's showtime. I can see it. Showtime. That's Beetlejuice.
What? Oh. So just so everybody knows, Chris will always say, "Oh, did you see that movie?" And I'll be like, "No, never seen it." So
I'll do pretty well.
I'll say Showtime every once in a while. Showtime.
I'll do
It's
pretty well when
Showtime.
that's in the movie.
But I had no idea it came from Beetlejuice. All right, ready? Most people are gonna know this one, but this is a common one that people say.
Dan,
Ready?
you gotta see if you know these two.
They're here. What movie?
Poltergeist.
What?
The little girl with the hand on the tree.
They're here. Okay, ready?
Well, don't you say that though? Like when like your family comes into town, they're like, "Hey, they're here."
I know, but you say it like the movie.
But I'm gonna start doing it like
Most people don't know that.
When people come in, I'm gonna have my hands on the TV.
Yeah. All right, ready? Say hello to my little friend. But people say that. They say that.
No.
You know.
Text board? Say hello
Here, if you're
to
gonna
my little
text,
friend.
Oh, it's the,
if you're gonna text, use this BlackBerry. It's right on the front of the screen. I've never seen this movie.
That's Scarface.
Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah, I know,
Scarface.
You've never seen Scarface?
I've never seen
I'll
Scarface.
get all.
Did you just lick your finger?
Huh?
Nobody does that anymore, do they? To turn the page?
Oh, all the time.
You can't at the grocery store to lick the bag to.
Oh, I do that all. Yeah, when you get the little bag for like the produce.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can't.
I'm licking the bag.
Out.
I do it just to piss people off. All right, ready? Here's Johnny. No.
Well, he was quoting Johnny
Yeah.
Carson, but it was Jack Nicholson in the scary movie in the
One flew over the Shining.
Yes. I did see that. And I did just lick my fingers again. All right, how many people do that? How many people, when they actually get up the nerve to order a martini, say that they want it shaken,
not
stirred?
James Bond.
Yeah, that's from Goldfinger. All righty then.
Goldfinger. One of the best quotes. Was it when he's laying down, James Bond's laying down, tied down to the thing, and Goldfinger's sending the laser like towards his Johnson, like cutting up the thing. And Sean Connery says, Goldfinger, do you want me to talk? And Goldfinger says, no, I want you to die. I always thought that was a good line.
It's a good line. Didn't make my printout, but still good line. All right, ready? All righty then.
Oh, that's Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, yeah. People say that all the time. Overused. Way overused.
Oh, righty then. You're still close.
Yeah, way overused. All right. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Austin Powers.
That one's not overused though.
No.
Like that one has like, that's always fun. Like you can't. I don't think you can overuse that one. I think you use that one every day, if you're lucky.
He's got some better ones in the movie though.
All right.
How about this one? In that movie, was it Austin? How dare you fought before me? I didn't know it was your turn, baby. That's a good one.
That's a great movie. In the hot tub.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
I'm not looking.
Yes, you
Where
are.
I'm not looking. I can't see that far with these little things.
Jeez. I know you are, but what am I?
Oh, that was
Pee Wee Herman.
Ah.
Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Oh, God! If that guy didn't go off and do what he did, the sequels that he could have had over the years,
He did what he did.
that took it right out.
Completely fine and acceptable.
Oh, they would like promote it.
Yeah, he'd be a billionaire.
Can you imagine not being able to just get home? Like, just get home for God's sake. Wasn't he like in a movie theater or something?
Who goes to movie theaters like?
Was he watching his own, or was it like a James Bond movie? Or
No, it was like a porn movie theater. Are there porn movie theaters?
They had him. Do you know anyone that's ever gone into like the quarter things that you see in like
No.
peep shows?
No.
I think I went to one when I was in Times Square when I was like 18.
They're gone from there.
They're gone. I mean,
there's like a video place coming back from Carolina Beach. You know the one you see on the side of the road on 421? X. It's got the big huge
Well,
X's.
is there one downtown? Like as you go down Capitol, is there one? Or coming up?
Like,
I mean,
who's going in there?
who's
Why do they have
gonna park
any?
their car out there?
Why do they have any front parking? Shouldn't all the parking be out back?
With a high fence?
It should be a drive-through in the back with like a secret exit, like Batman. Who's like nobody knew where that car came from. I don't. Who even has a DVD player or a VCR or a? Anyway.
You lick your
Now back to this.
And then
Okay, really? Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Airplane.
I just watched that the other day.
Well, you were reaching deep in the.
Oh, I love that. 1979, man. That changed my life. That changed my life. Like, there's certain things. People will say that they've got all kinds of these like inspirational things that happen in their life. Airplane was one of mine. So I guess that's why I'm here. I pity the fool.
That's Clubber Lang in Rocky 3, Mr. T. Talking about Rocky. A pity fool. Clubber Lang was the best bad guy, the best opponent of all the movies. Oh, he was so beat up. But it was good timing for Drago because that was.
All right, this is one you hear a lot. People say this. Anytime that there's an issue, they say, Houston, we have a problem.
Apollo 13? There's a song on it.
Come on.
There's a song.
All right, let's see. All right, ready? Nope. Nope. Not funny. Not funny. Never seen any of those. All right, here we go. Ready? Run, Forrest, run.
Representing Forrest Gump.
That's funny, though. People say run, Forrest, run. Anytime they see somebody running, they say run,
Don't
Forrest,
we have
run.
the guy that's running for governor here?
Yeah, Dan Forrest. Call in. Vote for Dan Forrest. Get rid of Cooper Pooper. Pooper Cooper. I'll be back.
That was, well, I used it in several. Running Man, Terminator, Total Recall. I used it in several.
It's not a tuma on there.
Can't even
One of the classic lines.
It's not a tumor.
But people say that all the time. I'll be back.
I'll be
And
back.
you can't, it's almost like you can't just say, I'll be back. Hey, Chris,
I'll be back.
I'll be right back. You'll be like, I'll be back. You have to say it that way all the time. That's how powerful that was. All right, ready?
Chuck Woolery used to say 2 and 2.
Yeah,
Back
two.
to 2 and
Yeah,
2.
Chuck Woolery.
No.
Yes, Chuck
Two
Woolery.
2 minutes?
Dating game.
We'll
We'll be right back.
2 and 2.
They had like the three people. They were like,
What was that?
oh, you picked the right person. We'll pay for the date. That's a newlywed game. That's different. Yeah. Come on, man. Get your dating games right. Isn't it funny how you always see like celebrities that were on those shows? Like seriously, how fake did that become? You had like
Yeah, but they weren't
John
celebrities.
Travolta on like.
Well, he wasn't like going there to pick up a woman, was he?
Well, that's what made the show
Sorry,
stupid.
man.
Then it ended up being stupid. All right, ready? A loser.
A loser. Oh, that was Clueless?
Nope. Come on, Dan. You know, loser.
That's Clueless, isn't it?
No, Ace Ventura. A loser. People, you can't just say you're a loser. You can't just say you're like a loser, just like him. That's why he makes $20 million a movie.
Not anymore.
All right, ready? Show me the money.
Jerry Maguire.
Right.
That was
Like anytime there's money to be exchanged,
Cuba Gooding Jr. playing
People
Rod
have to-
Tidwell.
people have to say it like that, though. They have to say, show me the money. Like, just like, can you pay me? Can anybody simply say $1 million?
Won the millions.
Yeah, see, you can't say it without sticking your pinky in your
That
mouth.
was,
You,
Austin
through your
Powers
mask.
Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
I love when he had one of the ones, I forget which one it was, where his son Scott came in and ran away. And he ran kind of like a because I didn't teach him that. That would be so offensive today because he ran like a girl.
This is honest. This is one of my favorites. But you can't just say it normal, right? You can't handle the truth.
That was a Few Good Men. These
Jack
crystals are making
Nicholson.
me thirsty.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
God, What a good movie.
That was, but it's on every day.
I know, and the problem is you're always so far away from that one line. You're like, do I really want to go through this whole Demi Moore? What's the other guy?
Tom Cruise?
No, the other guy.
Jack Nicholson? Kevin Pollak?
Yeah, like, do I really want to listen to him talking this way? He doesn't move his lips when he's talking. I don't know that we're
Feinberg
gonna.
was his name.
I don't think we're gonna be able to win this
Remember what he
case.
says to them, though? He does. Like, that movie, that scene in that movie, when I saw it, what, 20-something years ago? When I saw it, I'm like, how can anybody argue with Jack Nicholson? He was spot on.
Dead on.
He was dead
I
on.
know. And
And everybody was like,
no, I'm scared. I think that's worse than hands on the screen going, they're back. Or they're here.
But
You can't tell me the truth.
how did they say, though? Like, so they made him out to be the bad guy. He actually was doing what he said. Like, everybody's going to those cocktail parties. What was
Yeah.
Said, you were in that faggy white uniform.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Holding his hat.
he was right, and then nobody wants to know what's going on
Right.
over there. But I'm
It's
still-
sad. All right. You're going to need a bigger boat.
That's Jaws.
No, people don't say that
You're
too
gonna need a
often,
bigger boat.
but every once in a
I
while.
just say it every time we get on a boat.
You do?
Every time we get on a boat, I say we're gonna need a bigger boat. And I try and put like a little cigarette because it went.
So how many times do you hear people say that they see dead people? I see dead people. You see anything? I see dead people.
That was
Like, that's funny. Yeah. Holy sneaky shnikes.
Nikes. That was Tommy Boy.
Great movie. There's only like 75 more pages. Don't worry. I'm almost
Is
through.
somebody keeping score here? Because I'm doing pretty good.
I mean, you know all of these. Comments aren't always that funny, but frankly, dear, I don't give a damn.
Gone with
You know
the
what?
wind.
It's sad. That one's going away.
Yeah, we're not allowed to watch that.
I know, but you're not allowed. Like, nobody says that anymore.
We're allowed to watch like Glory.
Glory? What's
Yeah,
that?
it was a movie about the first black regiment for the North, the Union. You know, Denzel Washington was in it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Don't you think that one should come back though? We gotta bring that back.
All this is,
Come on, if you got the
This
egg,
stuff's gonna
if you got the
blow.
egg thing, the 6 eggs and the 12 eggs, we can bring this one back. We get the people in California. That's Brill. That is aggressive.
that is ant.
That's aggressive. We got to figure out how to get that back into society. How about they're back?
We were doing that.
Huh?
They're
No,
here.
no, they're back.
They're back.
Yeah,
Poltergeist 2.
yeah. They're like, how do we take that great saying and do something with it? I don't know. They're
Poltergeist
back.
2 was,
Some
"Here
little
we
kid
go
in the
again."
back. Some gaffer in the back was like, they're back.
Oh, Key Grip.
That's good. I like that. The key gripper.
Best boy. Or,
Like that. I like that.
Can you say best boy?
Good job. That's my idea. I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it. I like that. I like it a lot. Stella.
Oh, this is sad because this is an old movie, but I know this one. That's Streetcar Named Desire.
Yep. Shwing. That's
Wayne's World.
good.
Wayne's World.
That's fun.
But, do you
That's
ever
not
use Swing
fading.
anymore though?
I know it's fading. It's fading, but I think we got to bring
I
it
think
back.
I use.
You know what?
Stella's
I'm gonna-
what I do
How about this?
Swing.
How about this? How about if we replace "Stay Safe" with "Shwing"? It means the same thing. Shwing.
Well, instead of like you can't touch anybody anymore and fist bump and say, just say swing.
No, you can't just say "Shwing." It's like "Shwing."
No, say swing.
Swing. You gotta go swing. Instead of it's all right.
Did you just
Listen.
Mike Porter, Mike,
Yo,
if you're watching
listen.
this, he just did you.
Listen. Listen. Instead of "stay safe," we're going with "swing." Get it? Swing. Call in if you have a problem with that. All right, ready? Hold on. I'm getting to the end. I mean, wax on, wax off. Well, you know that. Son of a... That's going to leave a mark.
Tommy boy.
I say that a lot. Anytime I see somebody fall or hit themselves, like seriously, anytime you see somebody get hurt, do you not say that's going to leave a mark? That one's good.
Or I say,
that's not going
bless
away.
his heart.
What if instead of stay safe, we say, let's hope that doesn't leave a mark? Let's hope this doesn't leave a mark.
Show prep. Right
Yeah.
there.
Forget about it.
Donnie Brasco.
Yeah. How do you know all this stuff?
It's amazing the stuff that I remember.
Listen, if there was something on here about...
Ask me somebody's birthday and that.
If we did a list of like Bugs Bunny cartoons, I'd be like, oh, I know that episode exactly. That's the one where Elmer Fudd does this. All right, ready? I think this is my last page. I don't have any...
What's your grand finale one?
I think I already used it. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Oh, that's Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell.
Oh, this is just says Chinatown. I just saw that said Jake at the end. And then I think my printer ran out of paper because I ended at 143. That's good, though. I'm tired of flipping. Like, I feel like I got flipple tunnel.
Your hands have to be wet.
I got flipple tunnel. Just these two fingers. They're pruned. I got pruned fingers. No, I'm looking at it. Is that good?
Yeah. So we're
out of time.
That's a wrap.
We didn't get any phone calls. I thought Ray
No,
Yarmut would call in
you know,
since it was 60th birthday.
I mean, so they probably got some voicemails.
So this, everybody can remember these phones. Oh, I gotta like do the opposite. It's like when Dallas Page says lift your left.
This is the first camera phone ever produced back in 2003.
Did anybody have one of these?
The BlackBerry.
I'm just playing with this right now. I cannot believe how difficult it is to hit these little nice small thumbs. This is like dun dun dun. This has a belt loop.
These are all about 2002. So this one though, this one. For those old enough to remember, this is 1993. It's called the Simon. It was the first on the PDA, personal digital assistant. It had a phone and a stylus, and you could send faxes.
Stylus. It was like styled to the nines.
It didn't.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
But it was a popular gimmick back. Not gimmick. It worked. But it was like $799 retail in 1993.
It's pretty good. All right. Well, we had this time reserved.
History lesson there.
And we'll go back and go through this, make sure none of us said anything that'll get us in trouble, and potentially put this out on the airwaves.
On the internet.
In the cloud. We'll get a. Should we put it over the weather or under the weather, or in the weather? What part of the weather are we going to put this? You've been eating the entire time we had this show.
We will have We'll have an episode coming up next week. Topic TBD.
All topics. We need a theme song too.
I got one.
We need another guest too. Not that Dan's not cutting it, but
well, we're gonna have Ray here.
We need to find a position for Dan, and then
he's like Stugatz.
We got to get him on camera. I think what we need to do, like Dan needs to just eat through the entire show, but visibly, so we can see what he's doing. And I would say by next week's show, you should eat that tuna. I would say next week we should cook it and see what happens.
We can film it.
Yeah.
We'll be cooking tomorrow.
It's a good idea.
Show the audience.
Yeah. All right, next time we'll see you.